Hello and welcome to another quick Roto news update. We've had two new lenses announced in the last 2 days, both of which are for full frame cameras. Let me show you what we got. First up is probably the biggest news this week that Sony have announced a new 135 1.8 G Master prime lens for the Sony E-mount full frame cameras. Last year they said they were working on 12 new lenses for the system, taking it from 48 to 60. Yesterday they felt that shift by announcing this 135 1.8 G Master. I've already seen some early reviews and it sounds like it's going to be quite the lens. It's clearly going to be a beast for shooting portraits and video, offering a fast, accurate, quiet autofocus, as well as shallow depth of field for what seems like truly wonderful bokeh. It's made from a rigid, lightweight magnesium alloy, and Sony have said it's perfectly weighted for photography and video use. The spec on this lens is actually really good. There's some really nice touches, one of which is a declickable aperture ring, which is fantastic for video use, so you can have it as clicked or declicked, whatever you prefer. Sony says it offers superior performance plus mobility and reliability compared to any other 135mm full frame lens on the market at the moment. That statement there has led me to assume that's why they've gone with a 1.8 over say a 1.4, just to keep the size and the weight down. I am a bit disappointed it's not a 1.4. It really would have been a great showing of them to just blow everyone else out of the water and release a 135 1.4. Obviously I'm not an engineer, it could just be that the size and weight was too much or the cost would have been too prohibitive, but it would have been really nice to see. Another nice feature of this lens is that focusing is internal, so there'll be no extending of the barrel or rotating of the barrel, which will make it really nice to use. It has an 11 blade diaphragm, which is meant to reduce the cat size and produce lovely bokeh. Now, the sample images and from what I've seen of early reviews do indicate that the bokeh is lovely, but there are still cat size, not enough to stand out from the competition in my eyes. I think it's still very similar to other 135 lenses on there, but the bokeh is still delicious, it's still lovely, there's no arguing. The picture quality is truly fantastic. It has a 3-mode focus range limit switch and 2 focus buttons which can be customized in the camera menu itself. Until I get my hands on one and actually use it for film and video myself, I can't really tell how it's going to fit in with my line of professional work, but it does look like the spec of the lens is superb, exactly what you'd expect from a lens at this level. So on that note, lenses at this level are not cheap, and that's my one and only, not issue, but my one and only comment to really make on this lens. Whilst the price is not out of this world by any means, especially when compared to the competition, while you'd expect it to be an expensive lens, it is an expensive lens. It's coming in at $1,900, which I believe is going to be about the same in pounds in the UK. That's not cheap, that's not something that everyone can afford. I appreciate that image quality is going to be superb, but we will just have to wait and see what that's like and personally how I can use that and put it into my kit bag. I'm going to try and find a way. The other lens that was announced this week was the Samyang 10mm XP 3.5. This is the world's widest rectilinear prime lens available. It's actually the first of 8 new lenses that Samyang are announcing over the next few weeks. I'm quite keen to see what they bring out because some of the latest autofocus lenses available on the Sony range are absolutely superb and the price is very reasonable. This new Samyang XP 10mm is designed for the full frame cameras. It offers a 130-degree distortion-free angle of view, which is obviously great for landscapes and architecture. Samyang are saying the optical quality of this lens is more than good enough for 50 megapixel shooters, even 8K video, so that's something that's going to be quite interesting to use it on. It features 18 elements in 11 groups and a minimum focusing distance of 10 inches. Flare and ghosting are taken care of by Samyang's own ultra multi-coating technology. The Samyang XP 10mm 3.5 will be available in the Canon EF mount this year with a price tag of around £950, maybe around $1,200 in the US and Canada, but over there it will be released under the Rokinon brand instead of Samyang, and apparently a Nikon F mount will be released within the next few months after that. It's certainly not a cheap lens either, but when you look at its spec compared to other full frame camera lenses out there at the moment, the next best option is the much bigger Canon 11 to 24mm, and that's an f4. That actually comes in at £2,800, nearly the same, just under $3,000. that's a massive, massive difference. Again, I'll be keen to try this new Samyang out. I will probably rent it to see what it's like on the Sony range with an EF adapter, see how it performs, see what it looks like. I can imagine this would give quite an awesome look, especially when some of my shots I use for weddings are a mixture of landscape and portraiture in one shot. And I am sure video will be quite unique, and it'd be quite cool to put that on a gimbal because the weight isn't too bad. See what that looks like as well. I hope you're enjoying these little news videos that we've brought out. We'll be doing more as we hear and see of anything that we think is relevant that might be of interest to you. If it is interesting to you, please leave a thumbs up so we know to continue. If you're enjoying our videos, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification if you want to be kept informed of any new videos that come out, and I will see you in the next one. Hello and welcome to another quick Roto news update. We've had 2 new lenses announced in the last 2 days, both of which are interesting for full frame camera users. Let me tell you a little bit more. That doesn't work. No, rubbish. Rubbish. Hello and welcome to another quick Roto news roundup. Roto news roundup? Roto roundup? Roto news? What should we call it? I don't know. Hello and welcome to another quick Roto news roundup. No, it's not a roundup. It's not a roundup of news. Why am I calling it roundup? Stop saying roundup. Hello and welcome. Start again. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. The camera, not the screen. The camera, not the screen. The camera, not the screen. The camera, the camera. Me. Cut.